Yep, I'm back. I had to come out because it's such a nice freaking day today. Let me check something here real quick. Currently, it's about 47, 48. I'm not all buttoned up like the Nook of the North. I got the jackets on more for a windbreak than anything else. Of course, at 48 degrees, someone would be bitching that they're cold because they were bitching when it was 50. It's cold. It's cold down here on the border. 50 degrees. Yeah, no, it's not. So I happened to catch little bits and pieces of that recent stream. That he did. And frankly, I don't know where he comes up with that weird name for Elisa that he's got, other than, as usually, pull it out of his ass. Which really is no surprise. And just in case you haven't figured it out yet, you fucking moron, I'm not sitting in a community center. I'm sitting at North 27th Street, up here by some train elevators. If you want me to be more specific, I'm at 27th and Fair Street. That's in case you want to call the cops and tell them that there's a serial killer out here running around. We all know how well that story has worked out for you. Not at all, you idiot. And this is more of a, I have no place to go today, no appointments I need to be at. So I thought I would just come out and snag some pictures here and there. Put together a nice little slideshow. My plan was to spend most of the day doing laundry, but I got that done way earlier than I expected. And since the temperature went up, I thought I'd come out and just cruise around and take some pictures here and there. The snow's melting off. Really, a lot of the only snow that's left is either in shaded areas or where it's been plowed and piled up. Other than that, most of it is melting away. Which is pretty good. Makes it much easier to get around. Makes for a fun ride. You don't have to worry about slip sliding all over the place and taking a chance on taking a good biff. And doing that on ice, hitting that concrete is not fun. I think I'm going to make this the first picture stop. All right. Yeah, I got to get the tripod out. And I get the camera out. And I'll line up for a picture. So this is what I do. I take a few pictures. And then I try to pick out the best ones. And then, of course, they have to put everything away. Got any viewers yet? Nope, not yet. Oh, there we go. I must have bumped something. Yeah, what just went by was one of those spandex warrior types. Those are the guys that and gals for that matter, I'm not going to throw out at just one specific group, but they're the people that spend buku bucks on a fancy ass bike and then spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get spandex gear. And then they ride around thinking that there's some kind of Lance Armstrong. Which is hilarious all by itself. And a little bit of snow left there. I thought I would get out today, because tomorrow I do have an early morning appointment. And I won't be fiddling around too much. Shoot, I forgot what time it is. I think it's 7:30. Oh, well. Going up a little bit of an incline. This is where I got stuck a while back. It was all foggy one morning, and this had iced up. So for every 3 pedals, I was only gaining about a foot at a time, because the back wheel kept spinning. Kind of funny. It wasn't real amusing at the time. Oh, I lost the one viewer I had. Oh, they'll be back. Let me turn the camera around. So you're not staring at my ugly mug. There we go. And this is part of the John Dietrich bike trail. Kind of goes catty corner across the northeast part of town. From about the university up towards into Havelock. Now, when the weather gets really nice, I'm hoping to do kind of a series on the various bike routes, bike paths, bike trails in town. And I'll probably start with some of the shorter ones first. Oh, that's a nice place for rent. Off the beaten track. Wow. Duplex. Oh my. I'm up here at a place called Lintel Park. And believe it or not, that means Lincoln Telephone. Yes, that used to be a thing. The phone company here used to be Lincoln Telephone and Telegraph. Many, many, many years ago. Now, this is Holdridge Street, and where you see that dead end sign right now, it used to go through. Because this used to run up by the fairgrounds, but they closed it all off. The trains have become so long that they were blocking intersections, and this is one that they chose to close up. Part of the reason was the railroad. Another one was the university wanted the property a little closer in that didn't have a main road running right through it. So they extended one of the sidewalks and widened it out and added this bridge. And on either side of this, underneath the bridge, is a small switch yard for the Omaha, Lincoln, and Beatrice Railway. And that's just a small switching line that they take care of the concrete plants and the grain elevators for the most part. Oh, oh shoot. I don't see any of the... Oh, there's an engine in there. One of the OLB engines. It's not even running. Or is it? Awful quiet. That might be the new one. Now we'll stop here. Take another photo. And once again, I get the tripod out. And through trial and error over time, I kind of know how I want the tripod to sit. So and I have had people ask me, why do you put the camera back in the case every time? Well, and I should just leave it on the tripod and strap the tripod down with the camera attached to it. Well, if, God forbid, I should get hit or get in a situation where I fall over, the camera's protected for the most part. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen, but it could. Always a possibility. Always a possibility. Oh, yes. Oh, frick is... All right. And I still have no viewers. I don't care. Oh. So, yeah, this is the bridge that they put in. It used to just be a small little bridge. It wasn't this big. It went to Culver Street used to go right over here. It's right over here to the fairground. But check this out. Right here in the storage yard is an old Union Pacific passenger car. And then on occasion, I like to come up here because this is pretty close to the railroad tracks. And you can get some pretty good pictures because now and again, like right now, there's a Burlington sitting right there getting ready to pull its load out, waiting for the tracks to clear, I would imagine, or waiting on a crew change. And then the fairgrounds used to be right here. This is still the John Dietrich bike trail, but I'll be getting off of that very shortly here. Yeah, I told you guys I'd be getting out when the weather got warmer. I really don't like just sitting around doing nothing like the moron does. And let's see, which way to go today? I have two ways to go. I can go to the right, and that'll take me up into North Bottom, or I can go to the left, and that'll run me around by the university. I haven't been this way in a while, so let's go to the left. I've been to the left straight up that way, but this way, I've only been a couple of times. Oh, we're going to go this way. And they've done a pretty good job of keeping the trails kind of level and flat. And we're down by the university now. Doesn't take long, does it? So come on out, moron, man. Let's see you do half of this shit. And I chose to go this way because the wind is coming out of the south. So I kind of wanted to go into the wind so that when I go back, I'll be going with the wind. Hey, I got another viewer. All right. Another viewer. Morning. And we're still by the university. And you see that snow over there? That's a shaded area. That'll take a little longer to melt off. And they have fenced off a large portion off to the right here to separate the university from the neighborhood. And that's really to keep people from cutting across the railroad tracks. Which, like right now, when there's nothing there, isn't that big of an issue. So when you got 2, 3, 4 trains parked there, you don't know which one's going to move and when. So yeah, people got hurt. I don't know if anybody ever got killed, but I know people got hurt. And right there is the University of Nebraska Training Center, one of the training centers that the football team, that's for the football team. That's a big ass facility. Quite a few years ago, I was out riding around and the stadium was open. And I got right down next to the field and got some pictures from there. Wish I could find those damn pictures. They were pretty good. Came out pretty good. And back down to 0. I'm surprised the moron hadn't decided I was live yet. Evidently, he ran out of beer. Didn't get drunk as a skunk last night. Yeah, we got your number, don't we? But it is first of the month. So he's about due to get another case or two and do See, there's that fence I was talking about that separates the university. Yeah. From the railroad track. So they got that bridge right there is pedestrian specific, just for people to walk over. And then there's a regular traffic bridge that runs next to it. Yeah, they like to keep the students safe. That's the money in this town. There we go. Off-roading. Yeah. There we go. One of them good dumbass roundabouts. Because people in this town just don't have an understanding of how to use them. Woohoo. Kind of surprises me that the sidewalk around here is just freaking ants. I guess we're just supposed to guess where to go. And we're down here by the Pinnacle Bank Arena. This is where all the concerts and big shows and stuff like that takes place. Used to be at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, but that was built for the university and was used as a conference concert and conference facility for a long time. Ooh, that's the Interstate 180 connector. There we go. watching cars behind me to see which way they're going so I can cut over here and get on the right side. All right, there we go. And this road really only gets super busy during football games, concerts, baseball games. And I'm back on bike trail. And this runs right next to the railroad tracks here. And that is Pinnacle Bank Arena. And that's built on old Burlington and Union Pacific yard. There used to be a yard in here where they built trains and got them ready to go and worked on cars, and it's a hell of a facility back in its day. But even when we moved here in '69, it was slowly fading then. And then when it finally got to the point of really falling apart, they were ready to move on and bring shit into the 21st century. Which they did a pretty good job, me thanks. Railway ballast right there. Where you at, moron, man? Surprised you're not lurking out there. I've been live for a while. I know you subscribed. I know you got the notification. So when they did away with the railway yard here to build this whole facility and the parking garages and apartments, they had to move the railroad tracks. Because what you're sitting on right now, what I'm sitting on right now anyway, this is one of the old railroad tracks, the route that would have come into the yards. And this is kind of, this would have been the outside edge back then. Not now. But the tracks off to the right are basically quote unquote new, that were moved so that they could build all this. And the other thing that they did, they found out when they got in here, they thought they were just going to come in and start building. I remember this happening. But come to find out that over the years, that all this ground had become so polluted from, because there were tanneries and leather shops and blacksmith shops and woodworking and all kinds of things went on over the past 150 years or so. That and you know, they didn't have the EPA protections in place like we do now. Hey, the gate's open. And we can check this out real quick. You can see that sign, Amtrak. This is for the Amtrak station. And Amtrak itself is the station. It's right up there, that little brick building. And it didn't used to be that. The actual station is about 2 blocks over to the left. And that's the building's still there. It's a huge building, beautiful building. And those structures that you see are parking garages that for both the university and for people who have apartments and businesses and stuff like that. And that's where all that ground was contaminated. And I think they had to do away with, they had to come in and scrape off. It was like 2 or 3 feet of the ground to get that cleared out before they could even begin construction on a lot of this stuff. So what you're seeing there, unless they refilled it with dirt, that's probably like 3 feet lower than originally planned. So I don't know what they did as far as the actual building went. What is this? Huh, don't know what that is. Thought somebody had dropped a package of zip ties. But that's the Amtrak station now. Coming into the Haymarket district. All the way around the Pinnacle Arena. And I don't know why they've got this road closed, but they do. this whole area has really changed too. And coming up on another photo stop here shortly. Real shortly, actually. The old CB&Q 710. You know, this is the backside of the railroad station that is 2 blocks away from the current station. Used to be railroad tracks ran right through here, and that's part of the back of the railroad station, the original station. And these awnings here are part of that as well. You know, I think I'm going to wait on pictures from here because there's just too much snow and ice for me to get out and try to dance around that stuff. So we'll come around this way. And this is the old railroad road, so the entryway to the old railroad station. It's been here for well over 100 years. It's an antique mall and offices. I think there might even be a restaurant in here. I haven't been in there in years. Been in there a couple of times, but not recently. There's a lot of bars and restaurants down here. Most of them are kind of high dollar bars and restaurants at that too. But the food's pretty good. And we're at 8th and P Street. There used to be, that's it. Some of you guys might remember Russell Stover's Chocolates. Well, this is where it was built, is down here. I can't remember the exact building. But yeah, when you bought Russell Stover's back in the day, it was made here. Just like Cushman Scooters. Cushman Scooters were here in Lincoln. So if you look at any Cushman scooter, you're going to see it was built here. But that's a story for another day, because they actually have there's a plaque built to where that honors the memory of where it used to be. It's not there anymore. Ooh. All righty. So guys, I tell you, I got no viewers, so I'm going to end the stream, this one. And I might fire up on my other channel. So for anybody that caught it, I hope you had a good one.